Howdy, boys and girls, and welcome back to another episode on my LP Minecraft world. Today, as you can see, I have kind of built a little fishing spot, and that's what I did last night. Was I fished for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and everything in these top two rows is what I caught with this fishing rod. And so you can see we got 2 more saddles, 4 more name tags, got 3 of the clownfish or the Nemo fish, another unbreaking fishing rod, a efficiency 3, power 3 enchanted book, and a looting 2, sharpness 3 enchanted book, and then a tripwire hook, and then a couple of little trashy things, as well as a lot of fish, obviously. I think I'll leave that up there. The reason I just built it out of dirt is I don't know what I want to do as far as a fishing dock or anything. I'll probably put one in. I might not. But that kind of kept me safe from all the monsters because I didn't go and sleep in between fishing. Alright, let's try to jump in bed real quick. Zombie's probably too close. Oh, nope. I thought the zombie was going to be too close for it to let us do that. So, as well as all those things that I caught fishing. Sorry, these guys are kind of loud. Besides those things that I caught fishing, all 30 of my levels right now have come from that fishing time. So it is pretty nice that you get levels. So it's not a waste of time or anything. And you do get quite a bit of stuff that you can use. As you can see, we can now cook up some fish and probably use that for eating. Clownfish, I believe the only thing that you can really use those for is to catch cats, so I won't put them in our food chest. Just put these up there. Wire hooks, sorted garbage, plants, brewing, wood items, and other sorted garbage. Alright, so today what we are going to do is... Oh, I have that stuff over there. I worked on the mob spawner, or the mob grinder, that I have set up over there. And I want to show you guys what I've done so far, kind of explain some stuff, and then finish it out so that we can start using it. Although I could just stay above ground, and that could be my mob grinder if I really wanted. But I don't want to do that. It's safer this way. As you can see, I've kind of done some work and got the basement a little bit ready. Might fix those. Those are a lot darker on my computer than on my wife's laptop. Anyways, this is... If we get behind here, is the light switch for... let me grab some water real quick so we can fix this stuff while we're down there. I'll go down and show you guys the spawning pads. We might need some signs. I'll bring those with me. So the switch just turns on and off this redstone torch, which turns on or off this line that circles down here. As you can see, it gets to about 15 right here, and then the repeater is needed to restart the signal. Again, same thing. And then it gets to down here. Why? Alright. So it circles down to right here, and then it branches off to our lights that we have here in the floor. And these lights are on a... I have them kind of sequenced so that these two, those two, and these two turn on first, and then they kind of spiral out from there. It'll make a little bit more sense when we get down. Alright, so here's the spawning pads, and you can see the lights turn on and off the light down here so that you... I should have brought some cobblestone down. I'll run up and grab that real quick. But so that we can toggle it on from up there if we want mobs to come out or not. If we don't, we'll just flip the lights on, and that'll be that. If we do want mobs and want to grind around here, we'll flip it on and mobs will be spawning as that happens. That's all I needed. Yeah. So this is going to be the main channel that brings them up, and I'll explain it in a second when we really get to that. Oh, it wasn't all I needed. Dang it. You know, I've seen people do LPs, and I always thought, you know, I'll be a lot better prepared when I do projects, and it's not true. You just forget about everything that you need, and you're worried about getting things done. So everything just kind of flies out of your mind. And again, I'll link Etho's video in the description of how he does this. And so we have these water streams on the outside that all the water streams need to be uniform in flowing towards the center, so that as mobs spawn up here and they walk off and jump in the water directs them to the center. And as you can see, in each one of these corners there is a little, because of the mechanics of water, there's one spot that will stay dry when you do this, and so you got to kind of help it out. So what you do is you can either, I like to put the block to the side, get out a bucket of water, put some water down, and then pick the water back up. And when the water goes down, you can see it fixes all of that water stream stuff. And I left a spot over, let's see, yeah, that corner I left undone so I can kind of show you guys what I mean. So, when we get over there, and as you can see, I went through and cleared this out so that it's all flat, and then I covered back any holes in the walls, the floor and stuff back with cobblestone. So what you do here is these corner pieces, or these corner streams, you want one away from the outside wall, and then you just want two things of water. I have an infinite source somewhere down here. There it is. And so that'll come through and make the stream that way. And now if we do it with the other side, So one of the bad things is once you start putting water down in here, you start fighting it all over the place. So then when you put down the other side, you can see that it meets up perfectly and branches off to either side. And of course leaves that one square open. And so, like always, we put down that. Down the water, pick it back up, and then water stream is fixed. And so, as the water stream pushes mobs, we have these divots with signs and then stairs on the downstream side of the divot in the floor. And the reason for that is so that the water will push the mob, or continue to push the mob, and then as the water runs out, that next stream will pick it up. I'm not touching the keys, and you can see I just walked up those stairs, but with just help of the water. And so now we have to do that on these. So you put the water directly over the stairs. I wiped out that torch. Let's see. How do we want to do that? I think we need to do that a little differently. The center part is kind of tricky to get all the water flows right and whatnot. Let's see. So if we do, just keep doing this. And what it does is, if you can see, the water stream, even though it's going down, this block will kind of peak back up and connect to this block. It's a weird mechanic of the water that it just happens that way. So now, okay, I guess that works. Once we get that other water stream in there, it'll push back into this corner. So I guess what we'll do is knock out these blocks that we don't need. Let's go back and just double check everything, so then, oh, I know what we need to do. Okay, before I get working on the centerpiece, the last thing you need to do with the spawning pads is put down half slabs, 4 on each one. And the reason for this is, I think I used that to get up earlier. I think I just screwed up that water stream. Oh well. The reason for this is the way that we have this center pillar built, any spider that comes through it will clog it up. It'll make it so that other mobs cannot get through to the top. And so what you got to do is, and then in the middle here, because like I said, the corners are 1 away from the wall. Each middle stream that goes directly to the center is 2 away from the wall, and so right against the wall you need to put half slabs down. But the reason for these half slabs is it creates, the way that it checks to see if a spider can spawn is 3 blocks, or a 3x3 area, and if it's clear, then it'll spawn a spider. With these half slabs, there are no 3x3 areas that it could spawn on. Like if it tried spawning on here, you got the wall that interferes with the spawning. If it tries to spawn there, it has that one. And then the reason for this is if it tries to spawn on one of these center ones right here, you can see there it's clear. And so you just put those half slabs against the wall and it won't let any spider spawn. And the way that we have it built so that the ceiling is only 2 high, no Enderman will spawn, because they, more than likely, they wouldn't clog up the system. They'd fall in the water and teleport away. But that would take away from the efficiency of the spawning. So the reason that I spent so long a time caving is, like I talked about with the Enderman, there is an efficiency with this spawning. And once again, Etho does go over that quite a bit in detail in his video. And it makes a huge difference when you get things lit up as well as you need to. Alright, so we got the outside ring and most everything else done. And that wasn't enough. Let's see. Probably 2 more groups would do us. Let's go ahead and take that. Put that down. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Yep, I did. Okay, so that one needs a sign. There we go. I guess what we'll do now is fill in that. We'll move that to a different spot. And I believe everything is done that we need to do on the spawning pad, so I shouldn't need to get back up in here. Oh wait, these corners were knocked out for a purpose. So, alright, so now we gotta extend that down, put a sign right there. I'm gonna take out this ladder, it's gonna kind of be a pain in the butt. So we'll dig this down and create an infinite spring right here that will fill back up in a second. And actually we don't technically need to fill it up. Alright, so in the center you can see that I have this weird kind of pattern with the signs, and that's just so that you can get all of the water streams in the right place. You put one here, and you can see it goes directly to the center. Put another one in that corner, and then let's see if we're jumping. So we need one right there. There. Oh, see, it's working. So, we'll replace this ladder first, I guess. Oops. So if you guys can see this pattern, what happens is that each level has 2 source blocks on it. Everything has to be source blocks, otherwise the water stream will push the mobs back down the chute. And so every level has 2 blocks and they alternate. So on the level that my head is, you can see right now we only have 1 because the ladder's in the way, but it's that. Then right above it is that one, and then right above that will be that one and where the ladder is. And the reason for this is that no matter where a mob is, they can always continue to rise up, and the air spaces will give them breath so they don't die on the way up. So what we have to do is no. Yeah. I thought I heard someone walking around. Oh, let's just... Oh, yeah. this is going to kind of be a pain in the butt because of the way I have the water stuff. So now we got to just go down and replace the ladders with these signs. Hopefully I have enough, otherwise I got to go find more wood. As you can see, I also went and got some spruce wood to do the flooring in the basement part where this mob grinder will be. And what we're going to do, I think, is make the top part glass so that you could kind of see what is happening. I think that'd be kind of cool. Oops. And as you can see, like on this one, when I break the ladder, the water comes over. But that's just where I'm going to place a sign. And because a sign is there, this box is taken up, and so the water doesn't flow over here. Alright. And then we just got to come back through and make all these empty spaces filled with water. Then I think our chute should be done. So if we came up, okay, so we have, then that's just basically what we got to do. Just come up, see no water, place water. Come back down to our infinite source. Come back up. I'm going to stick all these on my hotbar so I don't have to keep switching. How far are we? We're getting close. So this will, like I said, should help in this will allow the mobs to come up by themselves, and once we get up there we got to play with more water streams and get it so that okay, so we're pretty close to the top. We got to play with water streams a little bit more and make it so that we can get them in the right spot. I have an idea. I haven't ever done this before with a mob spawner, but it will channel them down from this 2x2 area into just a 1x1. And I don't know if it'll work or if it will fail, because there's some things that when you start messing with it around here, it doesn't work very well. Okay. So see, it pushes everything. If I try to go one way, it just pushes me back in. If I try to go that way, it pushes me back in. So, everything will come up. And you can see my bubbles are flickering on and off, and that's because of all the air pockets that we're making within here. So I have this side completely done, so it allows me to get up. Let's see. So now we are at the top. I can replace this little doorway. And I went through and just made that wall fully cobblestone, but then it just kind of looked like a thrown together wall. And I wanted it to have a little bit more character, so that's why I went through and kind of put these other things in there to give it a little bit of depth, as well as the floor. I think it just makes it look a little bit nicer to have some breaks in it. But anyways, so up here, what I'm thinking what we'll do is we'll bring them up. I think we got to go to we got to come up 2 more, then transport them over to sorry, I'm just getting that stuff out of the way. So it'll transport them over. And what we'll do is probably where I haven't put floor down yet will be where we turn them and bring them over this way. And so if we just bring this 2x2 this way and flatten it against this wall, so then there's a 1x2 channel. Well, it'll just be a 1x1 channel. And then just have them drop down onto a half slab. Ow. I don't know if he came up from the bottom. I think he did. So somewhere isn't lit up well enough, so we'll have mobs every once in a while. But anyways, when they'll drop down, and that'll allow a bunch to pile on top of each other. We could add in a mob weakening system with lava or something, and that way if we use splash potions, then it'll get everyone. So and we might disband this, I don't know yet, because if we find a good spot with like 2 spotters right next to each other, that will make for a much better XP farm than this will, because this one will be limited by the amount of mobs that are already around. So you can see I believe on the 3rd line from the top left, where there are 28 entities within our view out of the 77-ish that are within our proximity. I believe that's what those numbers mean. But anyways, I do need some more wood. And let's place this workbench down, since we don't need it down at the bottom anymore. Need a couple more signs. And then the glass. So like I said, I think from here, if we do glass, it'll look really cool. And then it'll transport it over that way. So I think that I have it done right. Oops. Dang it. I hate wasting glass. Let's put the signs in, I guess, right now. And more water. That is one of the bad things, is how many signs you have to craft for this. It makes it a little hard sometimes. And wanted to test something out, because up here is another kind of, can be confusing for the water streams. It's been a little while since I did a 4x4. You can make them so that the channel up is 2x1. Oh, that's what the smallest I've done before, and it works pretty well. And it's a lot easier to direct streams up here than it is with the 2x2. Alright, so let's fill in like we've done in the past. Fill in these water spots. That one. So they should come up, and I believe what we want to do at this point is put a sign there and a sign there. And guess I'm going to have to figure out what I want as the floor for the top. Maybe I'll just put some dirt down for right now. That way it kind of caps them and doesn't allow them to just go straight up through the top and not where you want to direct them. Alright, so if a mob, basically when they're in water, they have the jump button held down the whole time. So what I want to see is if we can put those 4 signs just like that and have water up, 2 water source blocks up in there, if they will jump up and catch that water source block and have them start pushing this way. Oh my goodness. So, if let's build this out a little bit more. Let's see, 1, 2, and then it resets. 2, 3. Okay, I think this will work. I think it'll work pretty well. So it looks like we'll need to put a cap on this as well. Let's just put a ladder. Oh, you can't put a ladder there. Well, that's just a bummer. Oh, my wife is on. Let's see if we can get her to sleep so I don't have any bombardments from... Oh, never mind. I guess she doesn't want to play with us. Now she's sitting behind me on the bed, smiling. Oh, this episode's going a little bit long. I apologize for that. I'll show you what we'll do, and then maybe at the beginning of next episode I'll sit here and kind of just wait for things and see how things go. Let's just block that off right now. Okay. So that way it pushes this way. I hit the wall. Oh, that's a bit of an issue. So we might have to hide that. Okay, so that'll push us out and around. Where's that torch from? Oh, it must be down from underneath. The only issue I can see right now is if I'm in this stream and I'm getting pushed this way, I stop right here. So maybe then what we need to do is... Oh, okay, I have this figured out. I need more signs. It's like the story of my life. Need more signs. Okay, so what we'll do is, I have the wood. Let's do 2 groups of them. Oops. So what we'll do is, we'll have the water streams come out like they just were. Put one right there. Put one right there. And put one right there. And then we will plug that up. put a half slab right down there on the bottom. I need to go through and replace that too with wood. I might replace that with a wood half slab too, just so it blends in with the floor. So this way, what will happen is that comes out. Oops. Shoot. So I need a couple more signs. There. And then I think I'll probably need one right there. This one will stop the water stream so that it doesn't go into the hole. So we put that there. This will push this way and down. Okay. Okay, so I think then we should be good to go. So if we're down here and we're floating up, we get up here. Yep. So we'll get there. Shoot, forgot to plug that hole up. Yeah, there we go. So it'll push them down, push them into that stream, and they'll fall. Okay. Since I'm down here right now, I'll just replace this. Let's see if we have any half slabs. Oops. No. So we do that. Put the torches back that we washed out. Put those there. And obviously this basement's going to be a lot bigger than this, so it won't be as excuse me, as cramped. So yeah, I think that'll do this episode. It was kind of a long one. I apologize for that. Hopefully you enjoyed, and that you'll come around for next time. Like I said, next time I'll have this grinder working and showing you guys how, if it does work, if it's a complete bust, because I don't know what I'm talking about. So, come back next episode and find out. Alright, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.